Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, I have talked a lot about thinking patterns and the brain's autopilot mode. Right, so now we have a greater understanding about thinking patterns, and we knew that quality thinking is so much important to live a better life, right? So, but the question is, how to develop better quality thinking, right? A lot of people might think that better quality thinking means thinking positively, but my question to you is, thinking positively will solve all of your life problems? Perhaps your answer might be no, right? Because just staying positive will not solve all of your life problems, right? There comes a hard time in your life where staying positive is also difficult, right? So in that kind of situation, what you are going to do? So for that reason, I have designed one protocol for the development of the better quality thinking. So let's talk about it. You know, I had also struggled a lot with my certain kind of thinking patterns, such as I had a negative self-talk about myself, always worrying about my childhood traumas, then after regrets with my past, immature behavior due to the lack of knowledge and understanding, and so much more. So I had self-sabotaged myself so many times in my past. And you know what I had done? One day I just sat down in a very quiet place with my eyes closed when we do meditation, likewise. So I sat down in a very relaxed position and just free myself from all my thoughts. So as I had done this, and I just open up one big TV screen size window in my mind and visualize all the hard events that had happened to me in my past. So I visualized those events and the people who were attached with those events. And you know what I had discovered? I discovered the negative thought pattern that was attached with those all events. And you know what I had done? I had just taken up my journal and pen and jotted down every events that had happened to me and the people who were attached with those events, right? So as I wrote everything in my journal, I just to understand those events more thoroughly, right? I found my mistakes, I found what I'm lack at, what skills I didn't have at that moment, and that causes me to things that happen to me, and it really helps me to understand those events more thoroughly. And as I had seen those events with a different perspective, it really helps me to understand those events with more thoroughly. So as I had done this exercise, I felt so good. I felt like I liberate myself from those events and the people. In reality, nothing changed in my surroundings, but the little change is within me, and that makes a difference, right? And you know, negative thinking pattern affects our whole well-being, right? So negative thinking pattern causes us to mental health issues like depression, panic attacks, overthinking, and so much more, right? So here, what I had done, I just changed my thinking pattern. Whatever had happened to me, I just to understand the things more thoroughly. I tried to see those events with a different perspective, right? And I found my mistakes, and I did a lot of hard work with whatever happens, because I want to learn from whatever things that happen, so So it really helps me when the same things happen with me, right? It really protects me. So it's all about thinking pattern, because there are a lot of negative thinking, there are a lot of negative thought pattern that were attached with those events. And until and unless I didn't discover this negative thought pattern, the same things goes with me, the same channel that is going in my mind. So, and that is really difficult for me to to liberate myself, to heal myself from the childhood traumas, and to how I can recover myself from my past. And so that could not be possible without changing my thinking pattern, right? So just staying positive and thinking positive will not solve all of your life problems. That is what I'm saying. And which is why I have designed one protocol for the development of the better quality thinking. So let's talk about that protocol. Okay, so the first point is raise your awareness level. I already had discussed a lot about awareness level in my previous video. So if you haven't watched my previous video, how to develop awareness level, then please watch it, right? But I want to give you a brief about awareness level in this context of the thinking pattern, right? So just think about whatever you are thinking, like how you think about everything. Have you ever observed your thoughts? Because I have experimented with my thoughts so many times in my life, right? And that's how I come to this point of thinking pattern topic. And it really thinking pattern is really important, right? So here I want to tell you that why awareness level is so much important. Whatever you are thinking, is that thinking pattern is helping you in any way, then it's great, right? But when the difficult things happen to you, like somebody is criticizing you, somebody is judging you, or the things that are happening in your life, so if you are not aware of those things, then everything that happened, you are just entering into your body and mind, and you don't know how to control those things, right? So that is a huge, a big mistake, because you are just easily caught up in those thoughts, and that is not helping you, right? I will share one of my experience. When I had started my journey of writing, then a lot of people criticized me, like whatever you are writing, that you are just copying, you are copying from somewhere, and a lot of talks about my writing. But I just at that moment, when I was practicing and when I was learning awareness level and thinking pattern, and at that moment it is really difficult for me to cope with those things. Like when somebody criticizing me, then how can I cope with that criticism? When some people judge me, then how I should react to those things, right? So I couldn't able to do those things at that moment. But as I learn this, as I implement this protocol in my life, right now I don't bother about what people think about me, what people say about me, because I am when I had started my YouTube journey, a lot of people speak a lot of things about like you are just speaking from somewhere, you're just speaking the script and all that blunder. But now I didn't care about criticism, right? Because the people who are doing more than you, they will never criticize you. But the people who are just doing nothing, or maybe just more concerned about other people's life, they always criticize you. So don't focus on the people. Obviously, if they are giving you a good feedback, then you will have to consider those feedback. But if people are just demotivating you, then you don't even need to take those things inside of you. You just let go of that criticism and judgments, right? And focus on yourself, because when I started my journey of writing and YouTube channel and all of those things that I have been doing so I didn't care about people, because I am putting my all energy, efforts, hard work in my writing and YouTube making videos. So things happen, and you're just aware of what you are putting in your mind, what you are putting in your body. Right? So you must aware of those things, and once you are aware with your thoughts, it really change the whole game, because you know what things work for you, what are the important thoughts. Once you raise your awareness level, the second point is you can easily recognize and identify your internal or external circumstances, right? As you raise your awareness level, it's easier for you to recognize or identify what is your internal triggers. When somebody criticizes me, right? So at that moment, I much sure about my internal triggers. That triggers the behavior that is even I don't expect from myself, right? As I have raised my awareness level, it really helps me to recognize what is the important things to take within me, and what is the unimportant thing that I don't want to focus on, right? So I can easily recognize what is happening outside of me, my surroundings. I don't even care about my surroundings. And so as you raise your awareness level, it really helps you with easily you can recognize or identify your internal triggers and your external circumstances. So the third point is increase your understanding level or change your perspective. This is really important. Nobody is going to teach you how to improve or how to increase your understanding level. For example, if somebody angry on you, so instead of reacting, you understand that person, like psychology level maybe, like why that person angry on me. Is I had done something wrong, or is that person is in pain, or is that person is hurt by someone and that causes him or her to angry on me. Whatever the reason, I'm just giving you simple example, but this is how I'm telling you to improve your understanding level in the context of thinking pattern. As I had told you before that I just visualize all the events that had happened to me in my past, and I just increase my understanding level to those events, right? I try to understand those events with different perspective, so it really clears everything, right? So nobody, and some people come and judge you with whatever your thinking pattern is, and some people come and they change your perspective. This happened with me because my elder sister and my mother, every time they give me different perspective, and it really opens up my mind, like this is how I have never thinking that way. So be with that kind of person whenever you are in trouble. Don't be with someone who just judge with your talks, but be with someone who change your perspective, and it really helps you, right? The fourth one is transform your disempowering thoughts with more empowering one, right? As I had discussed earlier that I had self-sabotage myself in my past so many times. So what I had done is I just write down all my disempowering thoughts and transform them with more empowering one. right? So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not worthy enough, the bad things happen to me only. So that kind of thought is not going to help you in any way, right? So the way you think, the way you feel, and that's how you act, your behavior is also based upon what you think. So as you empower your thoughts, it starts changing the way you feel, and it might change your action, the way you behave. And as you change your behavior over the time, it becomes your habit. So why you don't empower your thoughts? And you can do this exercise with whatever areas of your life you want to empower your thoughts. You can do with it, right? And the fifth one is positive self-talk, because whole time we are talking with ourselves. The relationship that we have with ourselves, is that relationship is happy, healthier, or what kind of relationship you have with yourself? That is so much important, right? If you are always talking negative about yourself, or about your circumstances, or about your problems or surroundings, people, then it is not serving you, right? So what kind of talks you are talking with yourself? Is that empowering one? Is that motivating you or inspiring you, giving you a different ways, different perspective? So it is so much important. So positive self-talk and the healthier relationship with you is so much important. So the sixth one is gratefulness or gratitude, because it really helps you to improve your mood, and your thought direction, it will change, because you are in the present moment. You are grateful about the things you have, the people you have. You're grateful for how far you have come. You're grateful to yourself, to God, right? Because there comes a hard time in your life, challenging times, difficult times, where staying positive will really difficult, and it is like period of time where continuously things are happening, and as you haven't expected. So in that kind of situation, gratitude will help you, right? And it really improves your mood. And as you direct your focus towards the gratitude, it really changes everything, right? So be grateful. Okay, so this is a protocol for the development of the better quality thinking that I have been talking about. To change your thinking pattern is not a one-day job, right? Because changing your thinking pattern or rewiring your brain is not a one-day job. It really requires a lot of time and energy, patience, and as you start doing or practicing those things, and you become habitual. Once you become habitual with this practice, it really helps you. As you raise your awareness level, it really helps you in so many areas of your life. And once you raise your awareness level, you can easily recognize or identify what is good, what is bad, what is true, what is untrue, and what is right for you. You can easily recognize, right? And once you raise your awareness level and give a different perspective to the things, and things really start changing with you. Implement this protocol in your life for the development of the better quality thinking, because quality thinking is so much important to live a healthier, happier life. So here I just sum up my video of thinking pattern, right? And thank you guys for watching my video.